Have you ever wanted to tell a great story in Japanese, but then you realize you're not sure how to talk about something that happened, yesterday? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down Japanese past tense verbs so you can start sharing your own stories. So let's just jump right in with a really practical example. Let's say you just got a new dictionary and you want to tell someone. How exactly do you say, I bought a dictionary in Japanese? We're going to figure that out right now. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the affirmative. This is how you say you did do something. It's for when you just want to state a fact, that an action definitely happened. Now here's something that's just so cool about Japanese grammar. The level of politeness is literally built right into the verbs. So when you're talking about the past, you've got two main choices, a casual form for your friends and family, and a polite form for pretty much everyone else. It all comes down to who you're talking to.
So if you're just chatting with a friend, you'd go with the ordinary or casual form. To say I bought a dictionary, you'd say, 私は辞書を買った. Pay close attention to that ending, 買った.
But let's say you're talking to a teacher, or maybe your boss, or just someone you don't know very well. You'd want to switch to the polite form. And in that case, the sentence becomes, 私は辞書を買いました. See that? The ending flipped to 買いました to make it more formal.
And this is where you can really see the pattern. The subject, I, and the object, dictionary, they don't change at all. All the important stuff, like the tense and how polite you're being, it's all packed into the verb right at the end of the sentence. That is such a key part of how Japanese works.
For that casual form, the secret ingredient is this little auxiliary verb, ta. You just attach it to the verb, and boom, you've made it past tense. It's really that simple. And for the polite version, the key is this compound auxiliary verb, mashita. When you hear this ending, you know two things right away. The action happened in the past, and the speaker is being polite. Okay, great. So now we know how to say something did happen. But what if it didn't? Let's take a look at the negative past tense. The good news is it builds on the exact same ideas we just covered. And probably no surprise here, the same rule about politeness applies. There's a casual way to say something didn't happen, and there's a formal way. The endings are different, but the logic behind it is exactly the same. To casually say to a friend, I did not buy a dictionary, you'd go with, Aikin jisho wo kawanakatta. That nakatta at the end, that's our new key piece of the puzzle.
And if you needed to say that same thing but politely, then you'd use 私は辞書を買いませんでした. Now this ending's a little bit longer, I know, but it does a perfect job of showing that the sentence is negative, past tense, and formal. And look at that! We see the same pattern again. The subject and the object are just hanging out, unchanged. It's that verb ending that's doing all the heavy lifting, telling us the action didn't happen and whether we're speaking casually or formally.
So for the casual negative past, the ending you really want to remember is nakatta. And here's a little tip. A great way to think about it is that it's just the past tense of nai, which means not.
And for the polite negative past, we have masen deshita. Now, you can actually think of this one as two pieces put together, the polite negative ending, masen, and the polite past ending, deshita. They basically join forces to create this super clear, formal negative past tense. All right, we've gone deep on these four past tense forms, but how do they fit into, well, the whole shebang? Let's zoom out for a second and see the bigger picture.
You know, a single Japanese verb is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. It's incredibly versatile. Take kau, to buy. This table shows all its different forms. And as you can see, the four past tense forms we've been focusing on, they're highlighted right here, are just one part of a much bigger but very consistent system. Whew, that was a fair bit of info, but you totally have the rules down now. So let's do a quick review and a little bit of practice just to make sure all of this really sticks.
And here it is, everything in one place. This is your cheat sheet, the four key past tense forms for to buy. You've got affirmative and negative, ordinary and polite. This right here is the main takeaway from today's explainer.
So let's put this into action. If you wanted to politely say, I bought an apple, which form are you going to use? You got it, the polite affirmative, 買いました. See, it's as simple as that. Okay, how about this one? Your friend Chappie didn't buy an apple, and you're telling someone about it politely. You'd reach for the polite negative, 買いませんでした. You're already doing it.
And there you have it. You now have the essential tools to talk about what happened in the past in Japanese, whether you're just kicking back with a friend or you're in a more formal setting. So now the question is, what are you going to say you did yesterday?